What's up, traders? It's Matt with Conservative Trades and ending the day up $140.68. Not nearly that much after fees and commissions, but I am ending in the green today nonetheless, and I am ending green on the week, but just not a lot. Just not a lot, guys. This week was just kind of this is a wash week for me, and I kind of hate that that we're not able to trade tomorrow. Tomorrow's Good Friday. Markets are going to be closed. Because usually when I have weeks like this that drag out, and when I say usually, I mean really before the market got crazy in these last couple of weeks, but there were many times where I could drag through the week, but then on Friday just bang out a nice, really good win. And I'm not going to have that opportunity this week, but it's okay. It's okay. Again, we're green on the week. Again, nothing to brag about, but still green on the week, guys. It's been a long week. It's been a tough week, at least for me. And I really don't have too much to go over here concerning the trades themselves. I mean, you can see my P&L, and as a matter of fact, I was up like, I don't know, 170, 180 or something like that. Took a quick scalping trade or tried to get a quick trade on Boeing here. We had a double bottom, and Boeing has just slapped me in the face several times this week on this very move right here, and it's where the market looks weak. Boeing looks weak. It's making its way down. There's a lot of selling pressure, and it got right here to the $0.50 mark at 150.50. It actually broke the low because the low was 150.55. So I waited for that. I waited for it to break that low and start to make its way through the 150 level. It had even snapped back a little, but then went back down, and I said, okay, this has got to be it. And I took a couple hundred shares short and just had to get out. It ended up snapping back and coming all the way up here, and obviously I got out quickly, so I only took like a $40 loss on it, but I was up 180 some before that move. But guys, this has kind of been the story of my life, literally here for the last couple of weeks. But a green week is a good week nonetheless, and there's a lot of day traders that probably blew their accounts this week. There's a lot of day traders that maybe they didn't blow their account, but maybe they're pretty deep into the red this week. And yes, there are day traders out there that probably did really well this week. I actually know of some that did pretty well this week and made some good money. And so, but for me, it's, again, it's a break-even week, maybe, again, a little bit into the green after fees and commissions and everything. But, when I make these recap videos, what I really want to be able to do is take you guys through some really well thought out trades. And I've been thinking about this a lot lately because here lately I haven't really had a lot of well thought out trades. I did have some good trading on Disney this morning. As a matter of fact, I'll go ahead and pull out my executions here so you can see. I took a real nice trade on Disney, so I can go over this one with you real quick. But I saw this coming out of the gates, and I discussed this with everybody in pre-market. It had a really nice run up. I think they hit like 50 million subscribers or whatever there with their Disney Plus. But you can see here it came down yesterday in post market. I think came back up, couldn't break this high, and got slammed back down. And then today in pre-market opened right up here and got slammed back down. Could not break that high. Came all the way down here, and it was basically just making lower highs. And so this kind of told me that this stock is weak, and it's probably not going to get bought up today. Okay, and so that's, again, you can go back, check the live stream, and see for yourself. That's one of the things I was discussing with Disney this morning, and this was number one on my watch list. And when it came down here and started breaking these moving averages, and the SPY was weak too. SPY was, coming down, and no, excuse me. Actually, I think the SPY was getting. Let me come back here. Excuse me. I take that back. SPY was somewhat getting bought up. It was getting bought up. Now, it wasn't on heavy volume, but it was getting bought up. But I noticed that divergence between Disney and SPY because SPY was getting bought up and Disney was failing. And so I went ahead and I jumped in with, I don't know, a couple hundred shares. You can see where I went in. I got in here. There's another little red dot here. So I must have added in a couple times, but took profit, averaged back into my position here and took profit all the way down here. And then I averaged back in again here, going short, and just ended up having to get out. because it started whipping against me. And I'm glad that I did, because it came all the way up here. And then you can see the rest of this is just, I mean, there's really not much to talk about in all of this. It's just scalping. It's scalping. And that's the thing, guys. So, with the way that the markets have been, I've realized, I've kind of sat back and thought about this, but, I really have changed my strategy a lot. And I've changed it more to a scalping strategy, knowing that we're in choppy markets, knowing that we're in markets that are moving very irrationally. By and large, you never know what's going to happen. The fundamentals seem to do very little to nothing for some of these stocks. Even the technical patterns and the charts they're just not playing out the way that you think that they would. And then you've got some stocks that they're only doing everything that the SPY is doing. They could have a perfect setup pattern on their own, and you could take a trade on it, but then if the SPY out of nowhere just starts getting bought up, or there's money getting pumped into the markets, it doesn't matter what these patterns show. These stocks will jump on board with it, and they'll get bought up with the market. And so, it's made trading very difficult. And so when I do these recap videos, all I have is a bunch of this. I mean, look at all these dots. Look at these green and red dots. Nothing but green and red dots from just scalping, getting in and out, in and out, in and out, putting out orders all day long. That's why I said, I'm up 140, but I'm probably really only up $50, guys, after commission. So it's not, again, it's nothing to write home about here, but the thing is this market has just been very difficult. But the strategy that I typically have is a strategy that will look for stocks that can, number one, move on their own independently from the SPY. Back when trading was normal. I mean, it seems like forever ago, but it was really only just a few weeks ago. Back when trading was normal, there's stocks that would, typically you could typically tell which general direction that they were going to end up going through the day. And you would see a lot more follow through than this, but here you just have that initial morning follow through, and then chop all the rest of the day. Finally we were getting some follow through here, but this just kind of came out of nowhere. And guess where it came from? It came from the SPY breaking through some critical daily levels and getting tanked. So I would have never known or realized that this move right here and right here was going to be made if I wasn't watching the SPY. And I've constantly had to keep the SPY up on my charts. And a lot of times I've got my hands on the keyboard ready to hit my hotkeys to either go short or go long on a stock. So I've got, I could be trading a stock here like Disney, but I've got the SPY up on another computer monitor, and I'm watching the SPY. I'm not even watching Disney. Like, I'm watching the SPY. And if the SPY just starts tanking or something, then I'll go ahead and hit my order to go short on Disney. And sure enough, I'll come in and Disney will be tanking too. And so it's just been a very different dynamic. It really has. But again, it keeps me from being able to give some really good, solid, sound, instructional videos at the end of the day, and going through my recaps and really showing you what I was able to do, and explaining it well, and giving you a very well thought out plan, letting you know, hey, here were some key areas of support and resistance marked out. And, we had, a VWAP reversal here, or a VWAP. VWAP has meant nothing. It has meant nothing in this market. Not when the SPY is making certain moves. We come through VWAP, break up through VWAP. It's a, fake out, come back down. It meant a little something here. Okay, but then, we come up, come down, come over it, come below it. I'm telling you, it's just, there really is a lot of trading that has had really no rhyme or reason. And really, thank goodness that the initial morning volatility is still there. There is a rhyme and a reason to a lot of times how the stocks start out. And like I told you, Disney was one of them. Again, I told you, the post-market analysis from yesterday, the pre-market analysis from this morning, and what I was seeing. And, I even thought about getting in up here. I kind of wish that I did, because on this whole move right here, I probably could have just ended my day. But, it's one of those things where, again, the SPY was being bought up. So I didn't feel comfortable going short here, because most other stocks were being bought up with the SPY, okay? But Disney just so happened to diverge, and so I was able to get into it and make a pretty good solid move to the downside. But, so again, there can be a rhyme or reason typically during the initial morning volatility, but basically after that, every day, all day is just irrational move after irrational move. And, there really is nothing to talk about concerning that. So anyway, guys, hopefully a lot of you that are watching these videos can at least take a little nugget can hopefully take a little something from these videos, and find value in some of this stuff. But again, I look forward to a day where where I can come in here and we can really see stocks start to kind of play out the way that they had been playing out. And listen, this isn't to say, I mean, listen, I'm following other day traders out there that are doing very well. They're doing fine in these markets. I mean, yes, they're even some of the most professional traders right now have talked about how just how crazy this market has been. And yes, I've seen a lot of their recap videos, and they've had bad choppy days where they got chopped out and lost money and stuff like that too. But I've definitely seen some more consistency with some of these traders. And so you can't fully blame it on the market. It is very possible that it's just that the strategy that I spent building for months and months and months on end, and the strategy that I was trading that was doing very well in regular market conditions, it could just be that it's just not a good working strategy in these kind of markets. And I mean, I've only been trading a couple years now, 2.5, maybe going on 3 years now, so a few years at best. And it's I still have much to learn. I I actually had a guy that commented on a video of mine from yesterday, and kind of clued me in about some of this this rush of volatility that comes in at 3:50 p.m., 10 minutes right before the market close. And he was like, man, I'm not trying to school you or whatever. I'm not trying to be rude or whatever, but I didn't take it as that at all. I genuinely appreciated it, because there are still things that I don't know. Okay, I'm not the most professional trader out there. I'm just a guy who is just an average Joe, just like you guys. I have a day trading account here. I have traded for several years. I have studied this. I have educated myself in many regards concerning the stock market and day trading as a whole. And I back tested a strategy for months and months on end in a trading simulator, and I proved it. And I opened up a broker account, and I started putting it to work, and it was doing very well. But right now, it's just been a little difficult, and I think it's okay. I mean, again, I always try to look at the silver lining. I mean, number one, haven't blown my account. That's good. May not be making a lot, but at least I'm still green on the week. Even with March, as difficult as March was, I still ended March in the green. But hopefully I can just adapt and continue to develop some better scalping strategies, or maybe just focus more on just trading some of this initial morning volatility, and then just getting out and taking just whatever I can get. When you're used to coming in on average and making 400 to 600, 700, even $800, and even had some days where I would make 4 digits. I mean, so when you're used to that, and your conservative trading strategy is kind of reduced to, on average, these smaller, 150 to maybe $250, $350 days. I mean, I think I had a $400 day last week, but when you're basically reduced to about $200 to $300 days, it's really tough to just walk and be content with that. So admittedly, maybe just during this time, what I need to do is just find a little bit more contentment in that, and just take what I can in where in the moments of the day where I'm actually trading at my best, and move on. And I did say that if I could cross the $200-$300 threshold, I would walk. I said I was going to do that for the next 10 days. I said that probably about 10 days ago, but admittedly, I didn't stick to that as well as I should have. But maybe I just need to reinstitute that and just kind of double down on that, and look to implement that on Monday. But anyway, guys, sorry for again, not really having too much to share here, but hopefully the insights that I did share with you are maybe some things that you can think about as well with your own trading strategies. And again, if you're new to the channel, consider liking and subscribing, and consider joining us in the live stream. We've got a really cool live stream that we do with just a small group of us. It's a small community of day traders, but some really solid guys that have a lot to offer, and so, come join the chat. And we do that Monday through Friday, beginning roughly around 9 a.m. We'd love to see you. So anyway, and to the rest of you guys out there, and to those of you who were in the live stream today, thank you once again for joining me. Looking forward to seeing you guys again on Monday, and hope you guys have a wonderful weekend and a happy Easter, and I'll see you Monday. Take care.